It is a new set today. We're coming at you live from the Interchange Corden set.
HQ.
This is absolutely beautiful. We've got the Interchange Corden logo in the background. Unfortunately, Deez couldn't make it because his mum's absolutely cucked us in the end with the whole COVID restrictions. But we're here. We've got a banging set. Don't forget, Rexona Men's.
Great Australian Squeeze as well.
Great Australian Squeeze. Getting your local Woolworths stores for $6. And Kirk's. Nothing better than a nice Kirk's on a day.
Gold. We may as well get straight into it. We'll start off. First, we'll hit a bit of round review. First game, North versus Eagles. Now, no one cares about this game. Well, it was a bit of a big game for Eagles to give himself a chance at making top 4. But in the end, Geelong ended up winning, so they stayed 5th. But North actually played probably one of their best games in a while, but Eagles way too good in the end.
They brought it right up to him, I've got to say.
All in the ball movement.
As Warnie knows all about the footy in this game.
It ended up cucking them the loss the next week after 11 players got delisted. So,
Straight
and
to the
Ben
chopping
Brown's
block.
leaving.
Straight to the chopping block. Ben Brown, and we've just heard that Sean Higgins might be off. So North Melbourne are not heading to a place they want to be.
You'd love to see Essendon pick him up. That's the goal. Get rid of Joe. Bring in Benny Brown.
I reckon
a bloke who can kick straight.
That wouldn't work
Joe's
too bad at all.
Oh.
And it's brought a smile to my face all week. I've had the Saints here. The Saints versus the Giants. We've got the job done in the end by a whopping 52 points. I asked and the boys delivered. I'm repping the Saints tie with pride today. And it was the best outcome you could have possibly asked for as a Saints fan. They got the job done by 52 points. And, well, it was just a dominant performance in the end. After three-quarter time, the Saints just absolutely put the pedal to the gas and just rolled in the end, and they've booked their first finals appearance since 2011. So,
if you couldn't guess already, Plunkett's pretty excited today. So
moving scenes there.
We drink to that one.
Moving scenes.
Next game, we had Essendon versus Melbourne. Essendon took on Sauce's boys, the D's, and Essendon absolutely got clapped, pretty much. Until three-quarter time, we were getting completely dominated. We had 0 defence. Our ball movement was below average. We were giving Bailey Fritsch 7 scoring shots, which is just disappointing.
Extraordinary.
We brought it back in the end, but it was just an average performance. And,
it really was.
By both sides.
And it trolled Melbourne supporters.
They
thinking
really
that actually we're going to make finals.
Poor D's. Well.
Yeah.
Well, who we got next? We got the Crows and the Tigers next game. I mean, we all pretty much knew how this game was gonna pan out.
Crom were gonna win.
The Crom were gonna win.
But it happened. It changed it.
They broke our hearts. They lost in September. Their streak in September, as it normally does, end in the 4th game in September, just like it did in 2017. I think the Crows just got the job. No, the Crows didn't get the job done. The Tigers got the job done convincingly in the end.
It was fairly even at the start, and then Richmond showed their class. Alright, you'd back them in. They've got to be flag favourites or thereabout at the moment.
You hate to say it.
Peaking late in the season as well.
The Tigers outmuscled the Crows, and they just put the stamp on the competition to just make sure the competition are aware of how talented this Tigers side really is.
Yeah. And the benchmark.
The benchmark of this competition.
Yeah.
And we've got a live audience before we do it, so we've got Donnie, and he's a Richmond fan. Give us a wave, Donnie. No, they can't see you, mate. You gotta come in the camera. For all those TikTok fans out there, he's the one you've probably seen with 40,000 views.
Yeah, thanks for all the support and all the messages. Yeah, have a good one.
He's our live audience for today, so give a like for him.
Next game was Brisbane versus Carlton.
Jeez.
To be honest, no one really cared about this game. I'm going to be dead honest with you. Brisbane got the Chockies by 17 points. Brisbane just did what they needed to do once again.
Yeah.
Top 2, get themselves a home final.
Cade Simpson's last game.
Oh yeah,
Rounding out just one more loss to add to the tally for the man.
of course.
Remarkable career.
And a remarkable record. Holding the AFL games record for most losses. You got to
Yeah. I think the AFL community at the moment aren't really believing in the Lions, but they've got everything going for them. They've had a good run into finals. They're playing at home, obviously. And who are they playing this week?
The Tigers.
Tigers.
Should be a great game.
Yeah. And I feel like they might come out firing, getting a vengeance for last year.
Yeah, and it's about time. The Tigers, they've won at the Gabba for the last 16 odd years.
Yeah.
So it's about time the Lions finally capitalise and put that record to bed.
Next game we had Hawks absolutely smashing the Gold Coast Suns. Gold Coast are average and Hawks are average, and I don't know how Hawks beat them by 50 points.
Yep, and that's the end of that game. So, Swans and Geelong on a Sunday afternoon. Sorry to any Hawks fans out there, we just don't like you. Sorry about that. Next game we got the Swans and the Cats, and it was a shocking game for the AFL community, I must say. The Swans were in front for the entire game until the last quarter, when Paddy Dangerfield just showed the classy player he is and just came out, kicked three goals in a row, put them into the top four. Yeah, they just showed him who's boss.
Geelong, that was a big game for Geelong, because if they went down there, they would have fallen out of the top four. So now they get their second chance, and we'll lose the prelim again, like every other year. So that's good.
Promising signs for the Swans. They played a ripper game that day.
Next game we had Bulldogs vs Freo. Had Melbourne fans on their edge of their seats supporting Freo.
They really did. I think every D's fan chucked on a Freo jersey that day.
It was rough.
It was an interesting game. Bulldogs got up plenty early. And Freo looked like they were coming back, but
they looked a chance.
And then the Dogs just blew them out at the end. They're winning by 30 points. But I'm a big advocate for the Freo Dockers at the moment. They have got so many good young players.
Yeah, they're really good this year. And
for years to come, they'll be elite. Chera, Brayshaw.
And the leadership of Fife and Walters.
They're still well in their prime.
It's just they've got a good coach. They've got good players. Promising
Shout out to Druzy.
You're
gonna be good.
You're gonna be good. And the final game of the round, Pies and Port Adelaide. It was the game didn't really matter. Both sides had firmly established their sides into the top 8.
Pies needed to win versus Saints instead of West Coast. But, I don't think it's a bad thing that they're playing West Coast.
Oh, I do.
For them it is. I've been watching West Coast. Yes, they've been getting wins, but they haven't been winning by too much, and they have not been playing the greatest brand of football. Their midfield, their elite midfield, hasn't been firing as much as it could have been. But they are still very dangerous.
It'll be a very interesting game. You'd expect West Coast to go over the line. But Port, they had to win this game to finish on top of the ladder. They won the game, coming out by 16 points, and they finished minor premiers for the first time since 2000.
And they'll lose in a prelim again.
And they'll lose a prelim because no one likes Port unless you go for them. So, Okay, so that concludes the round review, and it's the final round review for the year until the final. So, it's quite sad, actually. But also bringing into the final. So, exciting times ahead. Yeah. And this gets us straight along into our round highlights for the week. So, Warnie, what's your round highlight for the week?
Gotta be the Cade Simpson goal.
Yeah.
Last game, finishing off his career, absolute scenes, in the wet, running in. Beautiful ball movement from the centre square. It's just nailed it. Moving scenes.
All respect to Cade Simpson. Sorry if we were a bit harsh on you.
Fuck you, Carlton.
You had a brilliant career. I feel like I'm Andy Marr. You're Mick Malloy. Thank you. So you've had a brilliant career, Cade. So we'll raise a can for you. Good
for your 200 losses.
We'll raise a can for your losses.
Alright. For the second highlight, I'll send it in, and it was actually in the Sydney versus Geelong game. Mark Blitzarves in the dying seconds, the smother to lock them into top 4. That could have easily been gone through for a goal there. that snap. I can't remember who it was from.
Yeah, me either. I don't know any Swans players.
Mike Luke subs, gets over, smothers it, and the Geelong get a second chance.
That kick could have gone anywhere. And my highlight for the week, it's hard, very hard for me to go by anything from the Saints GWS game.
Cares.
It was heavily built up. We needed to win to make the finals pretty much, and we've locked away a final against the Doggies. And my highlight of the whole game was at the end when everyone involved, all the players, all the coaching staff, all the bloody water boy, and the coach, I don't even know, the CEO was in there. They all got in a huddle, arm in arm, and sang "Oh When the Saints" with lots of gusto. That was a highlight that I couldn't go past. I was sitting on the couch with an absolute cracker-lacking smile on my face.
It's going to be disappointing when they lose to the Western Bulldogs in the first round of finals, isn't it?
Well, I'll replay that one when we win. But that was a brilliant highlight for the week. Lovely to see the Saints boys finally in finals. Lovely to see Brett Ratton in finals. He's deserved it. He's coached the club to where we want to be.
He's done well.
And yeah, good on you, Rats.
Next up, we've got the bringing back the old segment, the Poor Form Tribunal.
Yeah, here we go.
Now, I'll lead it off.
What?
I'll lead us off. And the Poor Form Tribunal this week is the Melbourne Demons and some of their actions this week. Now, I'll let you talk about it because as a D supporter.
I'll let you take the Harley Bennell segment.
Oh, yeah. So, during the week, Harley Bennell got caught... COVID restrictions. I can't remember what he was doing, but the club did nightclub.
Good.
Thanks,
Love to
Donnie.
hear it from you, mate.
Love from the crowd.
And the club received a $50,000 fine.
Didn't need that.
That is not good for the
Didn't need
D's.
that.
You know, they probably can't
Salt
even
in the
play
wounds.
players.
Salt in the wounds. And then what else happened, Sauce, man?
The Jaden Hunt and Christian Petrarca.
bit of ass touching.
Bit of bum touching in the huddle, eh?
You know how they're built down in the T's.
Just showing each other a bit of love and
Poor
affection.
form all around. You just can't be having that.
Oh, we've seen it in the
Save
we've
it
seen
for
it in
the
the media.
hotel
The media went all they probably took it a bit too far. But the last thing you're gonna do when it's been in the media is keep doing it. So Jaden Hunt, you're just an absolute spud.
The next little thing we got going now is we've on the Instagram page. If you haven't followed it already, at the Interchange Corden on Instagram, you'll be able to see the guests that we'll be getting on the show
Behind the scenes,
and get involved in the channel. So over this week we put out a few polls and things to send in your questions.
Yep.
And we got a few back. So we'll read a few of these out. We'll start off with old mate Sammy Pies from Kyneton. How you going, Sammy? Finals predictions, boys. Now, that will be coming in the next week.
Next week, probably most likely next Wednesday. We'll be making a final predictions and big whole video. So stay tuned for that one if you're watching, Sammy boy.
That'll be good. We'll also
what have we got here?
We got some interesting ones. Another Kyneton boy. We'll get Harry Sheen in here. Who do you think is the MVP of the AFL?
Oh, well, I mean, it's hard to go past.
Are we doing this season?
Yeah, this season. So the MVP of the AFL this season, we assume you're asking Harry. Well, it's hard to go past Lockie Neal, but I personally think Jack Steele. I'm a bit biased.
Shut up.
I'm a bit biased. Hear me out.
Rotten bias.
I'm a bit biased, but hear me out. He could genuinely challenge Lockie Neal to the Brownlow. I'm not ruling him out. He's
What the hell?
He's had an bullshit.
No, this was a joke segment.
When he wins the
Yeah,
Brownlow, I'm gonna play this clip and I'm gonna laugh in your face. Who do you think's gonna win? But it's hard to go past Lockie Neal.
To MVP, I'm kind of just thinking who's the best player. Like, I know Lockie Neal's had the best season, and you could probably argue him, but I'm still on the Dusty or Fife train. I honestly think
Dead memes.
Oh.
Dead memes.
it's
Have you
it's
go,
tough.
move on.
I don't know who to call. I put my money on Dusty or Fife.
Yeah, at their prime, they're definitely one of the best.
And what are you gonna say, Ed Langdon, or what's it go?
Ed Langdon. He's my man.
Or the man, the myth, the legend, Liam Jarrah.
Hats off to you, Langdon. Much love.
Oh, Ed Langdon. And that's why you're not on the show much anymore. We did have a few interesting question ones in. Who's going to win the grand final? It's hard to go past the Tigers.
Are you going to go Tigers?
I'll have to go the Tigers. Well, that being said, the Saints are a chance. But the Tigers, my realistic prediction.
My prediction is Adelaide. You'd back me in from here. Nah, all seriousness, probably... it's probably Richmond, isn't it?
It's probably Richmond. Warnie, who are you going to go for?
I'm going to go the Eagles.
The
I think they
Eagles?
can bring it home again.
Oh, all
I think
right.
they can send it again.
All right, well, we'll see how you
we'll
go.
give it. It's not a shit.
We've got a question here from Ben Katie's. Is Warnie straight? Can you answer that question for us, Warnie?
Can confirm I'm as straight as the lines on the road.
Okay.
Well, we got some bendy
I've
roads
seen
around
some
here.
crooked lines on the road, so that's not very affirmative.
Another quick...
We've got time. Aussie Things. Is Aussie Things a shit channel? Well...
We don't know.
We don't know. We'll get back to you, and if you are shit, we'll let you know. We've got one more. Ollie Price. Remember when you hit me for 4 plunket and I spun it past the bat and stumped you? Well, I remember hitting you for 4, but I can't recall when you stumped me. So yeah, I'll get back to you on that one.
And that's it. Alright, so next week, if you follow the Instagram, we'll be putting out more. If you DM us during the week, we'll get to your questions in the show. So make sure to do that this week.
Yeah.
We've got some big guests coming on the show in
Massive
the following
guests.
weeks.
Big yes.
So yeah. So for our final segment today, we'll be doing the our All Australian teams. Now, in the last week, the 40-man squad got released, and a fair bit of controversy. Big on Melbourne's side, no Stephen May.
Stephen May.
Very stiff.
Robbed.
I would have probably put him in my 22.
I definitely would have put him in my 22, and for that reason, we're going to put him in our 22.
Because we might as well.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll start off with actually no, we'll start in the midfield because that's
we'll
the
start in
big
the midfield. Okay,
So Ruckman.
Definitely gone.
Nat Nui or
Nat Nui.
Gawn?
I've seen Nick Natanui absolutely take over games this season.
I agree. I actually think Nat Nui over Gawn.
Because Gawn has had a bit of an injury-riddled season, I'd have to put Nick Nat.
Any other year you'd probably give it Gawn.
I'd have to put Nick Nat as
we'll give it Nick Nat for
he'll be our Australian
does
ruckman.
more around the ground.
And now 3 mids.
The 3 mids will have the Rover.
Oliver.
So Lockie Neal's got to be one of
Lockie
them.
Neal's definitely a Rover.
Neal.
And
what are our other options? So I'll back in Steele.
I'll back in Steele too.
Steele. And now we've got our last one. Now we've got a few options here. I'll have a read through.
Options are plenty here.
So obviously we can probably play a few on the bench and in half forward and stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly
we've got Dusty, we've got Clayton Oliver, Christian Petrarca, Travis Boak has
Travis Boak. I reckon we back Travis Boak in, but purely
Bond
because
McCray.
a lot of these players have played lots of midfield forward time. So Boak's been the one that's been predominantly midfield. I reckon he's got
Taylor
the.
Adams.
I reckon Boak's got the
There are
midfield
so many
role.
midfields.
We'll go
back line.
Yeah, we'll go the back line.
Yeah.
So full back.
Stephen May.
Stephen May is not in the squad.
He's not in the squad. So if he was in the squad, we'd put him there, but he isn't. So our options are
Harris Andrews.
Yeah, Harris Andrews. I watched the Saints Brisbane game and he
We got to
literally
back him in.
he literally won the game for the Lions. So Harris Andrews,
Well
yeah,
played.
full back.
Centre half back. So our options for this are Darcy Moore, Jacob Wiedering, or Tom Jonas.
Ooh.
Who do you reckon?
Jacob Wiedings has had a good year along with Darcy Moore.
Darcy, I feel
I
like
reckon Darcy Moore.
Darcy's Moore is not really a lockdown. You really want that second.
I've seen Wiedering, I've seen the stats and I've seen the blokes he's kept goalless throughout the year, and I reckon he's.
I honestly don't think Wiedering deserves to be in here, but I reckon we got to put him in there.
We'll put him in there for the culture.
Now, next up we got the back pockets. Now, options for this we've got Caleb Daniel. I know that. We've got probably Maynard and Jordan Ridley. I reckon those are probably
do
our
we
three.
chuck Luke Ryan in the?
Oh, Luke Ryan, of course.
I reckon that our back pockets should be Luke
Luke
Ryan
Ryan.
and Caleb Daniel.
Hate Caleb Daniel.
Luke Ryan.
Stuff ya. He's small.
He's small, yeah. Picking on
Luke
small
Ryan.
people. Ryan, and then it's either Daniel or Maynard. I
Or
reckon
Ridley.
Maynard.
Or Ridley.
See, the thing is, do we want a third, like, because you Richmond, you got your Dylan Grimes, right? Essendon, well, we haven't got like bigs, but like you got your Hooker Hurley and your Ridley. Do we want that back line? Do we want a third kind of mid tall?
I reckon chuck him in there. Just.
And we
for
could
culture.
have Daniel on flank.
Yeah, I reckon chuck
Really?
Ridley in our full All Australian.
One of the
fullback.
great. He actually third in the league in marks, third in the league in intercept possessions. So he's had a ridiculously good year.
And speaking of intercept possessions, that will bring us on to the half-back flank.
Who we got?
And that is, without it, there have been some brilliant performances. We'll put Daniel on one of our half-back flanks. And I think Nick Haynes... Nick
Haynes!
Nick Haynes has been a brilliant intercept player this year. And
jeez, I forgot.
There's probably some
Brad
good...
Shepherd as well.
No, I reckon I back Nick Haynes in. He's been absolutely brilliant with the intercept possessions, along with Caleb Daniel.
Next up, we'll head forward.
Oh, head to the half-forward line.
We'll go full forward pocket and stuff first.
Yeah.
Full forward.
Full forward. For me,
Charlie Dixon.
Charlie Dixon. And if we're going to have Charlie Dixon, we've got to put Tom Hawkins at the centre half forward role.
Oh, yeah. They've easily been the clear two.
Yeah.
So the two big men for the...
Dixon full forward, eh?
Dixon full forward and Tom Hawkins centre half. So I reckon...
Is there anyone else even in... Oh, there's Matt Taverner.
Nah, stuff him.
Yeah, that is one of the most obvious ones we've got.
So Hawkins at half forward and Dixon at full forward. And now the flanks and the pockets, they do get a little bit interesting.
Pockets? Let's have a gaze of who we got. I'll read out the options first.
We've got a few players that are
Tom Papley?
No. Are we going pockets or...
Pockets.
Yeah, pockets. I reckon the pockets.
So we got Papley, Ryan, maybe Dan Butler.
I'm backing
Zach
in...
Butler.
I'm going to back in Butler and...
Ryan.
No, Papley.
Papley.
Butler and Papley. Papley started the year absolutely guns blazing, and so did Dan Butler. Yeah, so we'll chuck Butler in one of them because he kicked the most. He kicked the most goals out of any small forward in the competition this season, and Tom Papley was leading the Coleman for quite a good amount.
I can't believe Plunkett's actually got something right about the Saints this season. Holy Jesus!
And
half forwards.
Now this is interesting. Yeah, I reckon you got to put Petrarca on one of the flanks, and I reckon Dangerfield.
Jeez, Petrarca on a flank though.
I
feel like Boke's a better flank. Boke is more of a flank.
Let's make a
make a switch.
Petrarca in the guts.
Yeah, we'll put Petrarca in the middle,
and then put Boke Petrarca,
and then we'll put Boke on the half forward flank.
Yeah.
With. Are we in agreement with
Martin or Dangerfield?
No, Danger.
Or Fife.
Danger. And then we'll put Fife on the interchange bench. Because he's been injured a bit.
Who else is in this?
Dusty's kicked more goals than Danger though.
Yeah, but Danger had the ability to absolutely take.
Do you reckon Danger?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll back that.
Yeah. We'll chuck Boke on one of the flanks and we'll chuck Paddy Dangerfield on the other flank.
Solid.
And then the interchange bench.
Now there's a
Fife.
So what do we want on this? So
we want a ruckman.
You want another ruckman?
I reckon.
Yeah, which is Gorn.
Yeah, we got to chuck Gorn in there as our second ruckman.
Gorn.
Then
we want two midfields and a forward.
Well, I think
two.
Bontempelli.
Or maybe.
Ooh, I don't know about Bontempelli.
What are our options?
When we've got Fife and Dusty still on the board.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we chuck them both? Have they had this good of a season?
Dusty? I don't reckon Dusty has.
He's overrated.
He hasn't had that
Donny, what do you reckon?
Dusty's averaged 21 disposals and has had 15 goals, and he's in the top 2 of scoring Providence.
No good.
I reckon we put him in.
Yeah, no, we'll put him in.
Dusty
Fife on the interchange bench. Fife on the interchange bench. And who else should we chuck in?
I reckon we put in like a backman because...
Yeah, who we
because
got?
These guys can go forward. Martin Fife can go forward.
Who have we got as a defender?
Brad Shepherd, he's elite.
Brad Shepherd, yeah, chuck him in.
Shepherd. So, the last position we're doing is the wings. Now, what are our options here? We got Gaff. We got
Gaff.
Bontempelli.
I reckon McRae. We've got to give McRae some credit. He's been racking up the ball.
Taylor Adams.
Guthrie.
Elite. Guthrie.
Have a look at him.
Have a look at the scrappiness on him.
Looking like a broke Santa Claus.
What do you reckon?
McCluggage. I reckon... Oh, McCluggage. It's a hard decision. But I reckon we go Gaff.
I don't reckon McRae. Bont is better than McRae.
He has, yeah. Bont. Should we chuck Bont on the wing?
That's a bit of a weird position, but we're gonna chuck Bont on the wing.
Bont on the wing and.
What are our options?
Gaff or
McCluggage.
Yeah, McCluggage.
McCluggage.
McCluggage
has, because Brisbane have that good of a season. We've got to get around them. So that's our All-Australian team. We'll put it up on the screen right now for you to have a look at.
I don't know how, but we will.
Comment down below what you thought, what changes we should have made, who should have been in. But that might just cap us off for today.
Yeah, that might cap us off. Donnie, can you make sure it's still recording?
Think so.
Is there a red dot in one of the top of screens?
Yep.
Okay, we're still recording. That is good to hear. So that actually concludes our show today. It's been an absolute pleasure joining you boys here live, so I can finally shake your hands. H, Warnie, I don't like seeing you here, but we'll have D's on next week if his mum decides to let him come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Special thanks to Don in the live audience.
Yeah, I loved it.
Give us a round of applause, Donnie.
Also, make sure, as we said before, follow the Instagram and comment down below what you think about the whole the whole in real life kind of episodes. We'll probably be bringing these to you every week.
Yeah.
In real life now. We'll be still having guests over Zoom, or if we can get them in, we'll have them in. But that's going to cap us off for
today.
today.
It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you live, and we'll see you in the next one. Special thanks to Rex Simon and Donnie has asthma.
Donnie has asthma.
Sucked in. We'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.